Well, hey, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about books on raising capital for real estate. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at 3 different books on raising capital for real estate. All of these are very, very popular. All of them are very good. We're going to be looking at the book, Best Ever Apartment Syndication Book by Mr. Joe Fairless. We're also going to take a look at Raising Private Capital by Matt Faircloth and Raising Capital for Real Estate by Hunter Thompson. We're going to kind of take a look at what are the similarities and differences of these different books, which is the best one, which one should you buy, that kind of stuff. So that's what we're talking about on today's video. All right, so what are the big differences between these books? Well, this book by Joe Fairless, Joe's a very, very sharp guy, really covers the entire gamut of doing an apartment syndication, like the whole bit. Raising capital is part of the book. So very, very good book. I had the pleasure of being on Joe's show. I interviewed Joe on my podcast as well. Sharp guy. So if you're looking at the whole big picture overview of how to do a good apartment building syndication, highly recommend this book. Now, the other 2 books are great as well, but they really, really do laser focus in on working with private investors and raising capital that way. So it's not about the whole syndication process, finding deals, analyzing deals, all that kind of stuff. It really is, they really are dialed in on the actual raising of capital from private individuals. Both are very good books. So obviously each book has a slightly different emphasis. For Joe, he's really emphasizing the whole part about building up a very, very strong power team, which makes sense. I mean, if you're going to be bringing down a big apartment building syndication deal, you need a lot of other people that are part of that with you on the team. So Joe dives in deep into doing this as a team sport, how to position yourself as an expert alongside with all of your different power team members. Faircloth talks about a lot of the same kind of things, but he really puts more emphasis on being transparent and super honest with your investor partners. Now that's important for everybody. That's important no matter what kind of deal you're doing, but this is really kind of the emphasis that, that Matt is putting on when it comes to raising capital. And Hunter Thompson, he really focuses in on what's in it for them financially, how to make this, your deal, really pop out for your investor partners, how to tickle their greed gland, get them excited about the deal for the kind of returns that they're going to be getting on their money. Now, one of the things I love about all 3 of these books is each one of the authors brings in real examples, real world deals that they have done themselves to illustrate their different points. So I love that, the fact that it's not theoretical, it's not academic. This is based on real life experience. So the writing style of each book is slightly different. Some of them are a little bit more anecdotal, so they're sharing a lot more stories and kind of teaching that way. Others are a little bit more structured, kind of the ABCs. So for example, Joe's book is well written, but it really is kind of like an instructional manual, versus the other ones tend to share a little bit more on the story side of things. And as far as the target audience for each of the books, again, they're really going after, well, obviously Joe's going after people that are looking at doing big time syndications. Matt, this works very nicely for doing smaller deals in addition to larger syndications. And Hunter Thompson, he is more focused on syndications as well. So it really depends on what stage of real estate investing or what your focus level is when it comes to the kind of deals that you're going to be doing. One other difference amongst the 3 books is what they're really kind of focused on. So again, Joe's book, Best Ever Apartment Syndication, this is the whole process, A to Z, of doing an apartment syndication. So raising capital is a small part of that. These 2 books are much more specialized on the raising private capital side of things. So it really depends on what you're looking to do. If you want to just get right down to the nuts and bolts of it and talk about the raising capital side, then I recommend Matt Faircloth's or Hunter Thompson's book as being more specific that way. If you're looking for the whole thing, again, this is a pretty heavy duty book. My goodness, we got 428 pages. So it's definitely more of a textbook kind of a situation there. Now, one thing that unites all 3 of these books is each one of the authors really, really focuses on creating a win-win situation for you and your investor partners, which is very important, right? Because this isn't about you getting one over on somebody. It's about creating long-term relationships with your investors. Because here's the deal, right? Getting somebody on board as an investor once is nowhere near as good as getting that person on board as an investor over and over and over on your deals. Not only that, but once you create a happy investor, they're much more likely to talk you up to their friends and their family members who typically have money as well. So they really focus on creating win-win scenarios, being transparent, being honest with your investor partners. So which of these books do I recommend? I recommend all three of them. If you're serious about raising capital, it's not about being one and done. If you're serious about raising capital, you want to read and get as much information as you possibly can. I've read all of these books. I highly recommend each and every one of them. They've each got a slightly different take on things, a slightly different flavor, but between all three of those, you're going to get a very good overview of raising capital, especially if you're looking at doing syndications. Now, if you're looking at doing smaller deals, I've got another book for you that I like a lot. I like it a lot because it's my book. All right, it's the Money Partner Formula. You don't have to go to Amazon. You don't have to spend a lot of money on it. I'll give you a free copy. Just click on the link in the description below or go to investorattractionbook.com. Now, this book is perfect if you're just getting started with raising capital. If you want to raise 6 figures, you'd like to do that in a matter of weeks, this is the book for you. Even if you want to get up into 7 figures in a matter of months, this is a great book for you. But this is really, really good if you're looking to bring on joint venture partners. That's where this book really, really shines. So if you're looking for that proven methodology, this is what I've been doing with clients for over a dozen years now. It's worked well for me for raising millions of dollars for my different deals, from single family homes up to small apartment building deals. It's worked for other folks doing all kinds of deals and joint venture partnerships. It'll work well for you as well. So go ahead and grab your copy today.